Hey friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to the channel. So Survivor Series is tomorrow. I'm going to be doing my live reactions to it, of course, over at the Going In Raw channel, followed by the review of it, followed by right here at WrestleJuice, your hot takes. I'll be reacting to them, so be sure you're subbed to the channel. You've hit that notify bell so you know when the hot takes thread goes up, and maybe yours will make it onto the show. But on this episode of WrestleJuice, I'm going to lock in my predictions for Survivor Series. As some of you probably know, we have the Big Blue Predictions Challenge that happens over at the Friendo Club through the Going In Raw channel. If you want to join in on it, it's a lot of fun. You just click join over at youtube.com/Steven Larson. You have an opportunity to win the Big Boom hat this time. It's actually the last of our predictions challenges for the month of November. We've had Full Gear, we've had the Saudi show, and now we've got Survivor Series. And so I'm going to fill out the Big Boom predictions form right here on the channel. So we'll go ahead and do this. I actually did sort of like a dry run on this, but I'll be maybe changing some of these here and there. Survivor Series, 5 matches on the card. I kind of feel like, with the exception of one match, most of these are fairly easily predictable, and I'll tell you why along the way. First up, of course, we've got for the United States Championship, LA Knight, who's the current champion, versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Not going to change this from where it's at right now. LA Knight's going to win this. Why? Because until I see otherwise, Shinsuke Nakamura is the guy they can bring in. He's what we call a depth guy. He's the guy they can bring in a big way, repackage him a little bit for him to lose to whoever they're bringing him in against. I'm a big fan of Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm glad they brought him back. I hope they're able to build him back up to prominence. Again, I'll sort of believe it when I see it. LA Knight just got that title change, so it has his logo all over the strap. Not that that would necessarily prevent him from losing, but I feel like there's no reason for him to lose this match. I like Shinsuke, but LA Knight's going to win this one. Let's move on to the Raw Midcard title, the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker, Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser. So, Sheamus has never won the Intercontinental Championship, and I feel like if that's going to happen, they're going to build it up in a much bigger way. And it's going to be in a one-on-one situation where he's able to beat somebody who maybe he's lost to before. This situation, Ludwig Kaiser is clearly here to take the pin. It'll probably be, I don't know, a bro kick to Ludwig Kaiser, followed by a spear to Sheamus from Braun Breaker. And then he ends up pinning Ludwig Kaiser. Maybe something like that. I don't know. In any event, the champion Braun Breaker is going to retain his championship. I just feel like if Sheamus is going to win, which is possible down the line, they're going to make a bigger deal about it. Ludwig Kaiser is not in the running to win this, so Braun Breaker is going to retain kind of by process of elimination. Let's move on to the other title that's on the line at Survivor Series, and we're talking about, of course, the World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther versus Damian Priest. I'll be honest with you guys, I have not been a big fan of this build. I feel like Gunther having a bizarre crisis of confidence because he lost to Cody in kind of a fluke way, and Damian Priest all of a sudden being this like supreme shit talker. None of that really makes a lot of sense. None of it really makes sense for the characters we're talking about here. Gunther's going to win this, and I feel like the fact that Finn Balor helped Gunther, even though that wasn't his intention was simply to screw over Damian Priest. Finn Balor helped Gunther the first time win this from Damian Priest. This is a way to make that clean so that Gunther will beat Damian Priest clean. I don't know. Maybe he'll do it in the same way that Cody Rhodes did it, where he doesn't have a traditional win. It's like a roll up or something silly like that. I feel like I think it's going to be like a definitive finish for Gunther. He's going to either powerbomb the shit out of him, give him one of those big lariats, or he'll probably choke him out. He'll probably end up choking him out. They're going to give Damian Priest the whole I passed out, I didn't tap out thing. I feel like that's probably going to be the finish. Regardless, Gunther totally wins here. Let's move on to Women's War Game. This one is going to give me some fits a little bit later because one of the prop bets is the order of entry for Women's War Games. So the good guys have the advantage here. Team Bianca, Team Rhea have the advantage here. Look at this lineup. Rhea, Bianca, Naomi, Io Sky, Bayley, all former world champions. That's a stacked lineup. That's a Dream Team 92 lineup right there against Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae. None of them, with the exception of maybe Nia Jax, are all that dominant in terms of like how they're booked on the show. Liv Morgan often cheats to win. Tiffany Stratton, she wins, but she also loses from time to time. And Candice LeRae, although she is the speed champion, kind of she's in this match to make the match better because she's really good in the ring. And I kind of feel like that's why they replaced Jade Cargill with Bayley as well, although there seems to be conflicting reports as to whether or not Jade's injuries are real or not. I don't know. That's not my business. In any event, this is the one I'm going to have the least amount of confidence points on because I could see this going either way. I think at the end of the day, Triple H likes when he's got Rhea Ripley, who he loves, Bianca Belair, who he loves, Io Sky, who he loves, Bayley, who he loves, and I think he even really likes Naomi. They're going to be standing tall at the end of this. You had Liv and Raquel take out Rhea Ripley. This is her opportunity to get back at that. She'll probably have a Raquel Rodriguez match. I don't know, the next paper, maybe Saturday night's main event there, and then maybe she'll probably win the Royal Rumble to get her title shot against Liv Morgan at WrestleMania. That's how I feel like the next couple months are going to go here. But it all starts with Women's War Games match. The good guys winning here. I don't see, I think it's possible that Bayley is the one that took out Jade Cargill and they're going to do a heel turn for her. I don't think that's going to be now, though. I don't think, number one, they have no idea how to write a face Bayley. That's been evident kind of since day one. So I think that's one reason they're going to turn her heel. They might want to do a Bayley Bianca program leading into, WrestleMania coming up in 5 months or whatever it is. In any event, but I don't see Bayley turning during this match. This match is going to be, can Bayley and Bianca coexist? They will probably form an alliance, which will lead to Bayley turning on Bianca once it's found out that Bayley is the one who took out Jade Cargill. That's kind of my guess here. I think I just convinced myself the good guys are going to win this one. Bloodline War Games. This one I've got a lot of confidence points on, I think, because it's good Bloodline and CM Punk. Roman Reigns and CM Punk, two of the most popular people. This match is going to be like OG Bloodline winning this is a necessity to set up the next 6 months of matches. You've got Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. The only way that match for the Ula Fala makes sense, which probably will happen at Saturday night's main event, maybe at the Rumble. The only way that match makes sense is if Roman and his team win here. CM Punk is going to get a world title shot against Gunther. My prediction on that one is going to happen on the first episode of Raw on Netflix. I think the only case he has for that necessarily, besides beating Drew McIntyre, obviously, is winning here at War Games. It's just, I don't think there's any reason why a team with Tongaloa and Tama Tonga on it should be beating this team. They're just not, they haven't been booked strong enough. So I don't know in what world they could possibly justify. I mean, I know obviously I've not actually looked at the SmackDown spoilers. I would imagine that Jacob Fatu is going to beat Jey Uso for the advantage. And if I'm wrong about that, I'm wrong about that. But I feel like the bad guys are going to have the advantage going into this match, largely because the Women's War Games match was the other way. But in any event, I think OG Bloodline, there's no reason why Bad Bloodline should win here. Solo already got his pin on Roman Reigns. Roman's going to pin Solo in this match. That's how it's going to end. So there you go. All right, let's talk confidence points. Actually, I had already filled these out because I did a dry run of it, like I told you guys earlier. And this is where I stand on that. The World Heavyweight Championship, I've got all the confidence points on, all 5 on the Gunther match. And the way confidence points works is you get 5, there's 5 matches, so you have 5 confidence points. You have to assign each match its own unique confidence point. So for Gunther, for example, I'm really confident that Gunther's going to win. So I've got 5 confidence points on that. The United States Championship, I'm pretty certain that LA Knight's going to win that. So I got 4. Bloodline War Games, again, it makes all the sense in the world for the OG Bloodline to win that. So I've got 3 confidence points on that. This is sort of like our own FanDuel / DraftKings situation, except you can't lose your ass on this because there's no money involved, except for the $5 it takes to go into the actual Patreon and the channel membership. Anyways, moving on. Intercontinental Championship, it's a triple threat. Kind of feel like Braun Breaker's gonna win that, but Sheamus is also out there, and he's never won it before, so maybe they'd make a big deal about it. Maybe they would want a title change at a pay-per-view called Survivor Series. My guess is not, but possibility. Women's War Games, I have one on because they might do some weird shit here. I don't know. Nia Jax and Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, maybe they can motivate some matches by having them win. I kind of feel like it's the other way around. Regardless, I only have one confidence point on that. All right, now let's talk about the prop bets. This is where it gets difficult with these predictions challenges. First up, will Tiffany Stratton cash in? There are way too many moving pieces. I know War Games is a tough match. Everybody's laid out. But there are 10 people in this match. For anybody to cash in after the match, mid-match match, which doesn't make any sense. Is she going to turn War Games into a title match? No, none of that makes any sense. So I'm going to say she doesn't even try here. Will anyone involved in either War Games turn in their team during the show? So we're thinking of like a Dakota Kai War Games situation on, was like Tegan Knox or something like that. In any event, I don't think anybody's going to turn on anybody. I don't think anybody in OG Bloodline is going to turn. I don't think CM Punk is going to turn. Obviously, you've got like Tiffany Stratton. Now, I think there could be some amount of infighting on the bad guy women's War Games team. I think there could be like, I don't know, Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae, who are both trying to curry favor with Nia Jax. They could experience some infighting, but I don't necessarily, that means they're turning on their team. They're going to have like a face turn or a heel turn or whatever. That doesn't make sense to me. And I don't think the Bayley turn is going to happen until after her and Bianca have had a bit of a run as allies. So will anybody turn? I don't think that's going to happen this time around. Now, this is the crazy one here. This is the absolute crazy one here. And that is the entry order for women's War Games. I actually had to put a little bit of thought into this one because this is gnarly right here. Because not only do we have what is the entry order for women's War Games, we also have the confidence points for each of the entries for each of the participants here. So how confident am I in each of those things? So I wrote this down in advance of this video. Let me get to that real quick here. Well, where is that? Okay, so here's what I got for the orders of entry. I put a little bit of thought, and they're probably going to go in a completely different direction. But the good guys have the advantage. So you got your two people who are going to start. I feel like Bianca is going to start because you want to start off big with some star power. And I feel like Raquel is going to start because you need somebody that can be kind of a dominant force to counter Bianca Belair. If you're going to have Bianca, if you're going to attempt to have like a Bianca underdog start, which is probably the wise way to go, you want somebody who physically is going to be imposing to Bianca Belair. I don't think that's going to be Nia Jax. I think that's going to be Raquel Rodriguez. And then the good guys have the advantage. So then you need a good guy coming in first. I feel like that's going to be Bayley coming in for. Oh, yep. Nope. Okay. Well, this will go away soon. Bayley is going to be the first one to come in because then you get a can they coexist? Bianca Belair might be, in some danger thanks to Raquel Rodriguez. Bayley comes in to make the save. They have a bit of a feel-good moment right there. They start working really good together because they might tell that story coming out of War Games, a new alliance between Bianca and Bayley, until it's revealed that Bayley is the person who took out Jade Cargill. Now I'm simply fantasy booking, and that's probably going to get me into trouble. Regardless, I think Bayley joins. I think after that, you probably put in somebody who just knows their way around the cage, and that is going to be Candice LeRae. So I'm going to have Candice LeRae coming in here second, and then I've got Naomi coming in third here. Okay, God, I wish I could like remove all these ones that I've already put in. Okay, so I've got Bianca and Raquel starting, then is Bayley coming in first, then is what did I say, Candice coming in next, just to have somebody who can wrestle. Then you've got Naomi, because Naomi is kind of like the glue between Bianca and Bayley. She likes them both. So then you've got, and on top of that, if Bayley took out Jade Cargill, she could be like, hey, look, now it's a new big three. So there you go. That's why Naomi comes in next. After that, everybody freaks out because then is Nia Jax. Nia Jax will be coming in. Let's see here. Number 4, I think. I think she's right here because Naomi was right here. Number 3. Okay. After Nia Jax, you've got Io Sky, just because, like, I don't know, you put Io in next. That's at this point, it's just sort of like, okay, put people in. Then you got Tiffany Stratton. She's already right here at cage number 6. And then after Tiffany, you've got Rhea Ripley is going to have to wait because, yeah, okay, so I got Rhea at number 7 because she's still maybe nursing that busted face, you know, and like they probably don't want her to be in it too long. And then she's going to be waiting. Maybe she'll come out and she'll just wait at the cage for Liv Morgan to enter. Liv Morgan will climb up the cage, try to get on top. Rhea Ripley will, I don't know, hit a riptide from up there. That's not going to happen. But they start brawling down, get into the cage. The match finally starts. There's your order of entries. So I think that makes sense. Everybody, I want to make sure the bad guys are all even numbered and the good guys are all odd numbered, and that makes sense. And okay, I think we're good to go. This is what we do. This is why the predictions challenge. That Cody Miles, he's a clever one. He puts together all these predictions forms, and he's sort of the director of the predictions challenges. But I think this works for me, so I'm going to go ahead and lock that in. Next, prop bet. Who eats the pin? Solo Sikoa eats the pin because he got the pin last time on Roman Reigns. So I think Roman's going to pin Solo Sikoa to finish that. Now, let's go to the confidence points for the prop bets. There are a lot of confidence points here. We've got altogether 13 confidence points. The entry orders are going to be the fewest amount of confidence points. Unfortunately, that takes up the vast majority of the confidence points. So, for example, Bloodline, who eats the pin? I've got that with the most number of confidence points, although that's kind of a bad idea because there's potentially 9 other people, so I'm not actually going to do that. Heel turn, face turn, I'm putting that as my top confidence point because I feel like that I'm pretty sure nobody's going to turn on the team. I mean, Bayley could turn, but I don't think that's going to happen. Actually, you know what? No cash in. That's going to be my top one. Again, too many moving parts. Don't see that happening. Then I'll go with the heel face turn because there's only a 50% chance of that happening. It's either a yes or no. Same with the cash in. Bloodline pin, there's like a 1 out of 10 possibility there and only a 10% possibility. I don't even know what the odds are for the order of entry for the women, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about the Rhea Ripley one because of the injury, and that was a legitimate thing. They're going to want to wait for her to come out. So I kind of feel like I'm right about that one. And I also kind of feel like I'm right about the Bianca one. And I kind of feel like I am right about the Raquel one as well, which would be right here. After that, it's kind of like whatever. Like, I don't know, like from 1 to 7, man, it's a shot in the dark. No idea. So we're just going to go ahead and move over here. And then we're going to, pick, I don't know. Let's see here. Got Bianca. Okay. So Naomi, now I gotta expand this thing. So I'm going to check out for a second. Okay. So I filled out the rest of it. Candace, I've got 1 point on her entry because I don't know when she's going to come in. Tiffany, same with her. Nia, same with her. Raquel, I'm all right with the Raquel pick. I think she might start. Liv, Bayley, Io. I think I'm good with everybody else. At a certain point with this stuff, it's just like, I don't know, man. I guess we'll see tomorrow at Survivor Series. So my response has been recorded. It is official. It is locked in. But hey, listen, especially with the order of entry, I want to hear your guys' theories and stories and fantasy books about what you think the order entry will be. Because if you put it in the comments below and I have enough time, I'll change my picks. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at all. I'm not going to do that at all. Anyways, so yeah, there's my final predictions. They're locked in, everybody. I'm not going to change them before tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, hopefully you'll hang out with me and Larson and the friendos over at youtube.com/goinginraw. Remember the War Games, I think it starts at, or Survivor Series starts at, I think 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it says. Yeah, it says right there, 6 Eastern up there in the corner. So that's 3 Pacific. I like these earlier start times for pay-per-views, to be honest with you, because I don't know. It's like I get my morning and then I get my evening, and it's like, hey, during the afternoon, watch some wrestling with some friends, do a review, do a hot takes thread, and we're good to go. Anyways, that's going to do it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. See you guys around.